Chelsea set a meeting with Alvaro Morata's agent as the Spanish striker wants to leave the club. Two more youngsters go out on loan. Chelsea emerge as frontrunners to sign Alisson from Roma, and Antonio Conte and Roman Abramovich have reconciled and are ready to push on together for next season. Or have they? As Victor Moses gives a big hint on Conte's situation at Chelsea. To find out about all of that and more in detail, make sure you watch all of today's transfer show. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for another episode of the Transfer Show. And this is the show where we'll give you all the latest news surrounding Chelsea Football Club, whether it is about the new manager possibly coming in and any players, coming in or going out, all of that. And if you don't want to miss out on any of that, do make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. And also don't forget to click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads, because if you don't, you'll just miss some of the videos. And also let's see again whether we can hit 500 likes on this video. We would massively appreciate it, so make sure you drop a like down below right now. Like I said, obviously the more the better, but let's see whether we can hit 500 likes. And now getting into the video, and the first story I am going to mention is about Antonio Conte and Roman Abramovich. And the Daily Star did what the Daily Star does and made an opinion into a factual statement for a headline. They spoke to Sky Sports' Chris Kamara, and all Kamara did was give his opinion on the situation. He said that Conte almost looked like he desperately wanted to get away from football, but he thought things might have gone past from that now, and Conte may have reconciled with Roman Abramovich, and they may now be ready to push on for next season even. But let me tell you, that is not the case. The Daily Star made it look like a headline and made it, like I said, sound like a fact in the headline, when that's just Chris Kamara's opinion, and obviously that's fair enough. But that's just his opinion, and the best proof for that has come out on Tuesday evening. And I'm sorry to everyone that still thinks Conte is staying, and to those people that want Conte to stay. Victor Moses, after Nigeria's game against Argentina on Tuesday night, which they rather unfortunately lost and were therefore then knocked out of the World Cup, was asked by the Evening Standard how long his holiday was going to be after the World Cup. And his answer basically couldn't have made it any more obvious that Conte isn't going to be in charge next season. So when asked how long his holiday is going to be and when he'll have to report back to Chelsea, Moses said, and I quote, "I don't know yet, to be honest. I might get a call later on tonight and we'll find out how long I've got off." When then asked as to who will tell him, about when he has to report back to Chelsea, Moses added, "Simple, I don't know." And do you people that want Conte to stay or just think Conte will stay really think that if Conte was still, going to be in charge next season, that the players wouldn't know who will tell them when to report back to training? Like, I see Conte as someone that will tell the players before they left for the World Cup, if they get knocked out in the group stages, you're back by that date. And if you get out in the round of 16, you're back by that date, and so on. Conte isn't someone that leaves much room for debate or, coincidence, in my opinion. So if he was going to be in charge and he knew that, he would have told the players, when to be back. And Moses just has no idea. See, I'm not saying that it's impossible that Chelsea will bottle the whole Sarri situation. But even then, I still think Laurent Blanc will be appointed rather than Antonio Conte staying. The chances of everything going so badly that Chelsea, will actually have no other option but keeping Antonio Conte until his contract runs out next summer, in my opinion, are extremely, extremely small. For me, it's still going to be, Maurizio Sarri. But obviously, we'll just have to wait and see because, it's pissing us all off now. Louis had a rant about it a good while back now. And I said, no, calm down. As long as you do it before pre-season, it's fine. We're getting closer and closer to that now, and it's starting to piss me off now as well. Like, bloody hell, get it done for fuck's sake. But now coming to the next story, and that is about some more youngsters having completed their loan moves yesterday. Reece James has moved to Wigan on a season-long loan in the Championship after they got promoted from League One last season, and Dujon Sterling has joined Coventry City for the upcoming season in League One after Coventry themselves got promoted through the playoffs from League Two to League One. Now, Reece James's loan kind of makes sense, to the Championship, that's cool. But Dujon Sterling in League One? Nah, that to me doesn't make any sense at all. I know he's only 18 years of age, and he didn't exactly feature a lot last season in the first team, obviously, but he did get a few minutes. And whenever he did, he looked good. Like, obviously, it was as a wing-back, but he looked good attackingly. He looked good physically, more than ready to play at a professional level. And in my opinion, he's too good for League One already, especially if you want to have him improve and not, stay on that level that he is at now. So I'm rather annoyed with that loan, to be honest. Maybe, we'll call him back in January and loan him somewhere else in the Championship or maybe even the Premier League. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm not all too happy with Dujon Sterling going to, Coventry in League One. That just doesn't make sense. But either way, good luck to them both, of course. Do us proud, lads, and let's hope they get as much game time as possible, really. It will be interesting to see, though, whether the club will instead now keep Ola Aina as part of the first team squad, who was obviously out on loan in the Championship at Hull last season, who is obviously a right back as well, just as Reece James and Dujon Sterling are as well. And another story that came out today was the Spanish paper Marca saying that Chelsea are now front runners to sign Roma and Brazil goalkeeper Alisson Becker. After, according to them, Chelsea have actually made a £62 million offer and Roma are apparently willing to sell. The funny thing about this is though, that Roma stated literally yesterday that no offer for Alisson has come in. For me, this sounds like a load of bullcrap, to be honest. I put my money on nothing happening on the goalkeeper front at Chelsea until the club haven't sat down with Thibaut Courtois after the World Cup to discuss a possible new contract. It just wouldn't make sense for us to make such a big offer of £62 million for Alisson when Courtois might just sign a new deal. Like, that just wouldn't make sense at all. I mean, I don't really have much more to say on that. That's what Marco reported. Let's obviously wait and see what happens, but it just doesn't make sense to me at all. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is rather big, if not huge news that came out earlier today when journalist David Amoyal, not sure how to pronounce his name to be honest, who to my knowledge usually is rather reliable, although I might be wrong with that, came out stating that he's been told personally that Chelsea have set a meeting with Alvaro Morata's agent for next week to decide what's going to happen with the Spanish striker. And Morata himself, according to Amoyal, or whoever told him about it I suppose, wants to leave Chelsea, and Chelsea will ask nothing short of 65 to 70 million of a transfer fee. Okay, so what I'm going to say from now about it is basically taking it as if it was true, which we obviously don't know for a fact. But if you've been watching our and my videos for a while, you'll know that I would like to keep Morata, to give him another season basically, because to me, every player that comes from a different league deserves at least 2 seasons before anyone should consider selling him. Especially when he's fairly young and has been a regular starter before, as is the case with Morata. But if he wants out so badly, if he doesn't have the fight in him to prove his critics in England wrong, well then I don't want him around. Nah, I just don't. Because if we can actually somehow not lose money on him and actually get 65 to 70 million, great. But I'd still be worried about our striker situation. I mean, would we really make Olivier Giroud and Michy Batshuayi our 2 main strikers for next season? And possibly if Tammy Abraham was, someone like that as the 3rd choice option? Would we really do that? Or would we really splash the cash on someone like Lewandowski or Icardi? Or would we get Higuain, who, like I said before, I'm not a big fan of? I mean, what would we do if we just sold Morata now? I personally wouldn't agree to any offer for Morata before we haven't found an agreement for a top-class striker. Thinking about it logically, Higuain makes the most sense if Morata was to leave, because, obviously the rumours about Morata wanting to go back to Juventus and them wanting Morata are strong. So getting Higuain makes the most sense because obviously, they could just give us a bit of money and Higuain, and then we get Alvaro Morata because Higuain is at the moment valued around 40 to 50 million euros, I think it is. So, obviously they'd give us some more money and we'd get Higuain. But like I said before, I'm not a big fan of Higuain. Then you obviously have Icardi. But Icardi to me is like a better but older version of Batshuayi with a much better touch, to be fair. But still, as much as I rate Icardi, in certain circumstances, he's not the perfect player for every game in my opinion. I really don't see the point in triggering his extremely expensive release clause. And if we can't get Lewandowski, because that might very much be the case that we simply can't get Lewandowski, who's left, like I said, except Higuain, and I don't want Higuain, so what are we going to do then? So that's why I'd rather keep Morata, but obviously if it is true that he just wants out so badly and doesn't have to fight in him to prove the critics wrong and, get his starting spot back at Chelsea for every week and score multiple, a load of goals really. If he doesn't have to fight in him, then, sold on then. We don't need you here if you don't have to fight in you, sorry, but it's just really annoying to be honest. Let's just wait and see what happens on the matter. While it might very well be the case that a meeting has been set, and even that Morata wants to leave, I don't think anything will happen on that front before there's clarification about the new manager for the upcoming season. Whether it's Conte'S staying, or Sarri coming in, or Laurent Blanc's coming, or anyone else in theory. Before there's no clarification on that, nothing will be done with Morata. I don't think so anyway. But yeah, that really is it from me. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below on everything that I've mentioned today. Obviously on the whole, Daily Star made up the story of Roman Abramovich and Antonio Conte being fine again and now wanting to push on for next season just because Chris Kamara gave his opinion. Leave me your thoughts on that, on the loan moves by Reece James and Dusan Sterling, your opinions on that, on the, the whole story by Marca, obviously about Alisson and us apparently making a £62 million bid, and of course on the Morata situation. Do you agree with me that if he actually wants to leave so badly apparently, we should just get rid of him? But who would you get? Who would we get if we sell Morata? Like, realistically, of course you always have Icardi. Would we really pay his buyout clause? I'm not so sure we would. Would we really pay what Bayern want, for Lewandowski? I'm not sure we would. And like I said, Higuain I don't really want, so what will we do? Let me know down in the comment section below. And like I said in the beginning, let's see whether we can hit 500 likes on this video. We would massively appreciate it, so smash the like button if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out my social media, which is Last1507 on both Instagram and Twitter, as you can see over here. And obviously the links are also down in the description below, so you can, click them here or just type the name in basically. And follow me over there, I would massively appreciate it. And of course, if you're new, do subscribe to 100% Chelsea, we would massively appreciate it. And also don't forget to click the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads, because if you don't, you just miss some of our videos and no one wants that. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.